Today we'll be testing whether Qwen 3.8 Max, Opus 5, Kimi K3 and GPT 5.6 Soul can add gameplay features to an open world game, as well as do other graphics and game development tests. Our first test is inside a Western game, and yes, everything you're seeing here is AI generated. The 3D models, environment, animations, all of it. This project is built on Red Sands by Michael Gill, who made it using the gauntlet-loop technique by Matt Schumer. A gauntlet-loop is basically where you give the model a target and it spawns a large number of sub-agents to split the work. One or more can also act as an independent judge, checking the progress when the parent model thinks it is done. Most gauntlet loops choose a very hard target, like building a AAA game that would normally take millions of dollars, development hours and motion capture to complete. So the independent judge rarely gives a passing score, which is why most people using this technique have to stop it manually. Building on top of Michael's gauntlet loop, we added 3D models, sound effects, and voices using 11 labs, as well as more gameplay mechanics, a quest system, interior buildings, and a wanted system, gamepad support, and of course lots of bug patching. For the character sheets, we used ChatLLM by Abacus AI. They are an LLM aggregator giving you access to different state-of-the-art LLMs. Their route LLM picks the most suitable LLM for the task, so you're not locked into one brand's taste. You can also just pick a standalone model as well. And then ideally you'd want to generate all the character sheets for the characters that you'll have in the game. So that's what we did here. This application is just Excalibur, and you can basically just line them up all here and see them, so as to make sure you have every character you need. Then you can use an image to 3D model. I used Meshy MCP along with other tools. The reason the characters do not have many polygons and are heavily compressed is because this is targeting the web browser. In the town, for example, there are many characters on the street at once, which can tank performance if you're not careful. The total cost of everything I built on top of Michael's Opus 5 gauntlet loop is $1,294. It was all done using Opus 5 Max. This is the original repo for the project. Do give it a star and show your support. He made the project MIT licensed, so we can build on top of it, which is awesome. To benchmark the models, I asked them to make a quest for the game. Here's the prompt all of them received. Now, how did the models perform with quest creation inside a pre-built game? The quest instructions require talking to someone, traversing to a location, incorporating combat, and lastly an in-game cinematic. All the models fulfilled those requirements, along with generating dialogue and audio for the quest. What is interesting about Opus 5 is that even in a well-documented project with predefined classes, it still cost far more than the other models and took longer to complete without a noticeable difference in output fidelity. Its quest and story are just as standard as the other models. Previously, I was under the impression that the greater cost was mostly because it was always starting from scratch, so to plan and think more rigorously so as to build a strong foundation. But this is more of a plug-and-play system here, so maybe the task was too easy for a model like Opus 5, leaving it to contrive its own complexity. If one had to populate the world with hundreds of quests, it seems the cheapest model here, Kimi K3, would be the best model for the job, especially if you combine it with human supervision or writers. That way the story is more captivating. One error all the models had is that when you're talking to the NPC who is supposed to give you the quest, they keep walking through their cycle instead of stopping. Additionally, all the models except GPT 5.6 Soul required me to shoot a lawman or deputy to initiate combat. I guess that was their shortcut for completing the combat requirement, since it automatically leads to 2 stars and half the town retaliating. So exploiting this, often the quests the model would make would climax with the deputy being corrupt, and the only way to advance was by shooting him. If you asked me which model did best here, I would say they all performed about the same. The only real differentiator is cost. I also asked each model to make a prompt that I could put in a vision generation model to create a trailer for its quest, just to get an idea of whether it could market its own story. They provided various screenshots and a lengthy prompt for each scene. This is what each model made. The video generation models used were Flux 3 and Seedance 2.5. I think the lesson here is that when models are given creative freedom to make a story for a quest or a trailer without human input, the results tend to be rather mediocre. Next, we have a fighter game. This one was made completely from scratch with AI, including the characters using the text-to-image, image-to-3D technique I mentioned earlier. We made the characters and set them up with animations and special effects, then let the models create and design the whole arena around those fixed assets. In terms of scale, Opus 5 is the winner. Qwen 3.8 Max's arena looks just as large, but it is quite empty compared to Opus. Qwen 3.8 also left puddles of water on the floor so as to match the lightning special effects. Both models took a similar amount of time to generate their arenas, with Qwen being the cheaper of the two. Kimi and GPT 5.6 Soul also took a similar amount of time to generate their respective arenas. Coming in at 31 minutes, they both opted for a smaller arena, with GPT adding color with red doors, unlike the other models that relied on the braziers to bring color to the scene. Out of the four, I would say Kimi K3 comes out on top when comparing price to performance. I mean, if one arena only cost $3 for it to generate, that means if we wanted to make 10 different arenas for the fighter game, we'd only be looking at $30+, maybe a maximum budget of $80. Whereas with the other three models, you're immediately looking at hundreds of dollars. In future, we will definitely test the models on different arena designs and environments and average the cost across all the generated arenas to see if this holds true. For the JRPG test, Qwen's performance was mixed. It performed worse than its preview version. The backdrop it generated looks more like a city than the hell/dungeon theme you'd expect for this environment and game. But it made a very genre-accurate UI design, matching other popular JRPGs. Qwen's battle system was also flawed in that there is no feasible sequence of steps that let the player win the fight, similar to its preview version output. Everything else looked good. Its special effects and animations were all fully functional. So it's really a matter of scene congruency and battle logic. Generation time differs greatly between the two, with the final release version taking much longer but costing less, probably because of token caching. This is how it compares to the other models. Let me know in the comment section where you think Qwen places among the rest. Next, we have the spaceflight test, with an interesting result from Qwen 3.8 Max. It seems to have looked at both Kimi and GPT and said it can complete the seamless orbit-to-landing mechanic for half the price. Its one-shot attempt is fully functional, except for the Z fighting on the launch pad and the suit model being configured backwards, giving us an unintentional moonwalk. It also placed what looks like the textures of the planet's glowing crystals in the sky. But at this price, those fixes are just a few prompts away. Lastly, we have the Cathedral test. It looks like the final release does deliver some improvements here. Better lighting, reflections, floor detail, and an overall output closer to what we get from GPT family models. But the Cathedral windows still look more like a film projector than glass, and it being more expensive than GPT on this generation does not help, especially with the fidelity that GPT 5.6 Soul delivers at $5.61. It seems the open source models are still behind on this benchmark test, with Opus and GPT ahead. Thanks for watching. Do check out ChatLLM by Abacus AI. There's a link in the description. You can get it for $10 a month across all the models I tested here, including image and video generation models. Have a good one.